So we're going to do a second reading of a part of my second novel. First novel's not too far away. These two novels are very different. So this won't give you any indication what the first novel's about, but just thought I'd read this for you. He knew Saoirse had left him, and yet, as he was regaining his breath, he already felt hope. He sat by the edge of the water, noticing the near-perfect circle the grotto's water formed. He looked along the underside of the cavern and saw that the shafts of light coming through the jagged holes above cast perfect circles of light. He saw a series of such circular shafts, which almost begged him to follow, and so having warmed and dried himself, he knew that the time had come to make his way home. He felt that the light was calling him, and he picked a bunch of daisies to remember the day and started to walk along the underside of the cavern from light shaft to light shaft. Aaron admired the natural beauty of this place, the wildflowers by the small creek that the path followed. Above and around him, the sandstone walls with their swirling layers of yellows and whites and oranges cut to the open vents above. In the base of the walls, as he paused in astonishment, there were fossils of bones of animals he had never imagined existed. As he noticed more and more bones in the walls of the cavern, he also saw intricate but primitive images on the walls of the cave that had him entranced. They seemed to tell a dreamlike story of an encounter between the animals that had been in the cave and the people. It was like a tapestry tale, moving through time till the animals were no more than stone bones at the feet of the people. When he first saw the bones, he had tried to imagine the creatures that might have formed about them. In the paintings were again the imagined creatures, some many times larger than the men that were depicted in the art. Giant crocodile-like animals and winged creatures that may have been dragons. There was a reverence in the pictures, and he could feel how honoured the people had been to live where the great animals had once roamed. The light, the path, the water flow, the bones. The story took Aaron forward. His mind was swirling with Saoirse and his adventure and love with and for her. He had wondered why she had not come with him through this wonderful grotto, hand in hand, but his momentum was not in any doubt. Somehow he knew that he was being called back, that he was missed and would be very much welcomed when he returned to resume his training and his growing role as a leader. He felt the push from Saoirse, the blessing and the pull of his home and his destiny. As he approached the end of the grotto, to which he looked back upon wistfully and fondly, he saw only darkness ahead. The walls led him towards only one path as they narrowed, and the light shafts were no more. He pushed on into the twilight, into the blackness, until he could not see a thing, but simply feel the walls tight about him and the soft mud of the floor, and on